Oprah Winfrey coming down from the mountaintop like she's a goddess.
I wanted to inform everyone.
Oprah Winfrey descending from the peak like she's a goddess. I needed to illuminate everybody that there's been certain individuals on Instagram claiming to be me requesting cash selling embarrassment after a surprising expect Howie Fires asset. Could you at any point envision the shockwaves that are undulating through Tinseltown right now? Everything began guiltlessly enough easygoing discussion at a stylish Hollywood soiree, yet won an excessive number of mixed drinks. And the stone let it slip that there may be something else to their cause work. Besides what might be immediately obvious, you know how the gossip factory functions. Once the murmur began, there was no halting them. Individuals started to think that Dwayne and Oprah may be concealing something behind their do-better personas. And regardless of how diligently they attempt to deny it, seems as though the world is at last getting onto their supposed funniness. I'm totally shattered over this. And I know every one of you are too. Dwayne the Stone Johnson is being the staggering dating fierce blazes on the island of Maui. The entertainer takes to Instagram to share his deplorability after the fires in Lahaina killed many individuals. I know that every one of you all over the planet have seen the total obliteration and destruction that has hit our Hawaiian Islands, our island of Maui. And I'm totally grief-stricken over this. And I know every one of you or two, you will have a hard time believing the most recent buzz, encompassing the unique pair of television eminence, Oprah Winfrey, and activity legend Dwayne the Stone Johnson on August 31st. These two stalwart VIPs, matured 69 and 51, stood out as truly newsworthy by disclosing individuals' asset in Maui, a respectable drive pointed toward helping the people affected by the cataclysmic event in Lahaina. And how about we discuss making an entry? They started things off with a stunning $5 million each from their abundant resources to start things off in spite of their apparently magnanimous endeavors. The Tattles just couldn't avoid diving into this succulent taste. Both Oprah and the Stone end up being perched on epic fortunes with total assets that could make even the most extravagant Hollywood way of life seem to be a drop in the bucket. $2.8 billion for Oprah and a cool $800 million for the Stone and fans didn't take long to cause a commotion and vent their disappointment. Young lady, you are very brave asking us dedicated check to check people to give. One observer kidded. How about you ask your mogul and tycoon pals for assist? Looks with enjoying this glitzy gathering. Pledges exertion has hit a tangle, and the tattle factory is stirring quicker than any time in recent memory. These two Hollywood heavyweights, as of late, wound up in steaming hot water for every one of some unacceptable reasons. And the tattle plant is staying at work past 40 hours. Everything began when they stood out as truly newsworthy by liberally kicking in a stunning $10 million to send off individuals' asset of Maui to help with the rapidly spreading fire aid projects. Sounds honorable, right? And great night from here in Maui, where we have quite recently discovered that this is presently the deadliest fierce place in current U.S. history. And simply behind us, this is the leftovers of a house copied in one more burst as the whole island is fighting ideal circumstances right now for out-of-control fires. What we realize about this misfortune is as of now unendurable. Almost 100 dead, multiple 000 homes and structures obliterated, yet we are still such a long ways from understanding the full cost. And we'll make sense of why this evening. Yet here fortunes they took to Instagram and TikTok to ask their fans for gifts to assist with filling the asset. Very much how about we say the reaction was a long way from excited. Many fans who case to be residing check to check rush to get down on the uber rich team for not plunging further into their own pockets. Carolina Moreno, one baffled fan, couldn't resist the opportunity to shout, "I would yet. I'm destitute." Both of you got this, however. And Maribel Rubio didn't keep down calling attention to that. Oprah, with an expected total assets of $2.5 billion as per Forbes, could undoubtedly save $100 million effortlessly. It seems like Oprah and the Stone are learning the most difficult way possible that the court of popular assessment can be an extreme one to explore, particularly with regards to generosity. Pundits are totally attacking the couple for their apparently minimal beginning asset of $5 million. And truly, who can fault them? I mean, we should crunch the numbers here. Assuming they split that cash uniformly, it would just record for a measly 0.2% of Oprah's huge fortune. And concerning the Stone, well, his $300 million total assets implies that $5 million is simply 1.9% of his abundance. Discuss a pocket change for these Hollywood heavyweights. Yet what's genuinely truly causing a stir is their radio quietness. Despite this reaction, neither Oprah nor the Stone has moved forward to address the pundits or shield their choice. It's like they've gone amida in a PR storm. As though that weren't an adequate number of they guarantee the unbelievable cart parton. Rouse them to begin this asset in the wake of trading instant messages about the Maui decimation. While it's an honorable objective, the execution is by all accounts passing on a ton to be wanted. After a ton of time, Oprah then went on camera to make sense of that the cash would be utilized to assist with dislodging that occupants, offering them 1 out of 200 per month. During their time of recuperation, their Instagram subtitle might discuss being hunted to launch the mission with $10 million. Yet obviously they're fans and pundits. The same hoped for something else from these Uber tycoons on Instagram, claiming to be me requesting cash, unadulterated, underhanded, as I would like to think I won't connect with anybody on Instagram to request cash. I'm posting and reposting however much as could be expected to the legitimate spots you can give, yet I'm not connecting with anybody, in addition to the fact that she is getting blowback for that fairly disappointing introductory gift to individuals' asset of Maui. But on the other hand, she's landed herself in major trouble over her noteworthy Hawaiian land portfolio. You see, the syndicated program Sovereign stood out as truly newsworthy by obtaining an incredible 870 sections of land on Maui recently for a cool $6.6 million, which added to her generally significant Hawaiian property possessions. This welcomes her all-out grounds on the islands to almost 1,000 sections of land. Yet here's where things get really delicious. A wild paranoid fear has grown like a tropical plant. Some busybodies are murmuring that Oprah and other well-off Hawaiian inhabitants could have utilized strange lasers to light the very fires they're currently attempting to gather pledges for Oprah Winfrey, descending from the mountain ridge like she's a goddess. I don't have the foggiest idea about she's purchasing up land all over Maui. Gracious individuals are pissed she did her part. She gave 2 or 3 jugs of water and a couple of diapers and a couple of covers, a couple of towels. I remember to get dry, and afterwards she left. She did her part. I mean, on the off chance that she was a genuine super soul, she would open up a portion of her territory, set up some sort of sanctuary up on the mountain ridge with Oprah, set up an entire tent thing. They don't for even a moment need to go in your home. Oprah, I did my part. Like every other person, I said considerations and petitions to God. So I'm great, yet Oprah, man, she has far additional cash than me, and you've so she ought to have a, I don't know, perhaps set up a makeshift camp at the highest point of the mountain. Since she has generally that land, since individuals are destitute, attempting to sort out what on earth's happening around there. The thought was to clear the land, increment their property estimation, and grab up considerably more unblemished Hawaiian land. It resembles a genuine drama unfurling on the shores of heaven, regardless of whether there's any reality to these wild hypotheses. Is not yet clear. Yet one thing's without a doubt, Oprah's Hawaiian adventures have most certainly worked up a remarkable tempest of interest and tattle. It appears Oprah Winfrey has at last ended her quiet, all in all Maui, rapidly spreading fire fund disaster. And she did it in evident Oprah design during a high-profile interview on CBS Mornings. Did you had any idea that she was there to advance her new book? Fabricate the existence, you need the workmanship, and study of getting more joyful co-wrote with Arthur C. Streams. Yet she was unable to try not to address the glaring issue at hand. Oprah started by communicating how this experience had given her newly discovered empathy for youthful people. Exploring the turbulent waters of distinction, she pondered imagine a scenario in which I didn't actually have the foggiest idea who I'm in. Maybe she's contrasting herself with a lost kid. Amidst this debate, however, at that point, in a quick turn, Oprah proceeded to underline that large number of online assaults, untruths, and paranoid fears had darkened the genuine center, which as per her ought to be individuals of Maui. She proceeded to examine the motivation behind the asset, uncovering what she'd been in contact with people in the Met. For regions who needed something beyond essential supplies, individuals truly needed their own office, she proclaimed as though unexpectedly struck by a splendid thought. And what was that thought? Getting the cash into the hands straightforwardly, under the control of individuals, set up the end structure. For that then she let the cat out of the bag about how Gail Lord's child had sent her an article about Cart Parton's help reserved for the Gatlinburg.